Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching GEEKCASTER, everything sci-fi, fantasy, and pop culture commentary. I'm Seven. We have Drew and we have Corey, and we're going to be talking to you. What's going on, guys? How's everything today?
It's going.
I like that fireplace, sir. I like that.
It's the digital fireplace. Again, it's warm, but it's not even a thing.
It's warm, but it's not even a thing. You see what I'm saying?
It's not even real. Digital flaming. It somehow keeps you warm.
And Corey still has the heavenly glow. He's in a place of zen.
The higher realms.
Namaste. Trying to get all the positive vibes this week.
So what's going on, Drew?
What's up? So before we get too deep into the episode, I have a quick retraction I'd like to issue for the show. Okay. It was like a show or two ago. We were talking about Kevin Hart making a little barb at Chris Rock. Mm-hmm. And I believe my comment was something to the effect of, well, at least Chris Rock has never had to been in a damn dress. As it turns out, because I told you after the show. No, actually, in fact, Chris Rock has worn a dress. And oddly enough, because I looked this up, it was in an episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, of all shows. So it was like, I want to say it was in 1994. Mm-hmm. It was early days for both of them. But like Fresh Prince, Chris Rock was a character, and that character, in fact, it was a girl, but they played it up for comedic gag as him in a dress. So, that being said, I humbly eat that crow. I stand by what I say. But when I'm wrong, I'm not going to sit up there and not admit that I'm wrong. So, yeah, I eat that crow, and, that's what that is.
That's what
you're a big man, Drew.
You're a big man.
Nah, it's just what you do. When you're wrong, you admit it. If you say something that's incorrect, you do that work.
No problem. So, did everybody see any episodes of the new season of Gen Z?
Not yet.
Okay, I'm 4 in, and since you haven't watched it, Corey, I'll try to be as careful with any spoiler-ish stuff. But yeah, it's the second season of the Boys spinoff. Mm-hmm. The Boys is based off the comic by Garth Ennis. Those of us who have seen it know that the show is known for... How can you really say it? It's very like of now writing, but written in a way to where I think it's passable as just a fun, if like at times very disgusting, superhero action revenge type of thing. Mm-hmm. The spinoff follows basically the younger generation of heroes or villains, depending on which character you're referring to. But it follows them at the school, Godalkin University, or God U, as people like to call it, and the shenanigans and messery that goes on behind the scenes at that school and how it pertains to the broader world of the Boys and its lore and mythos. 2 seasons in, I'll say that it's very well done in way of balancing like the whole. It's oddly enough, it's like a college teen drama at its core. If you really look at the nuts and bolts of it. Right. But again, it's the Boys, so you have all the crazy, zany, disgusting, crazy, violent stuff going on. And just I gotta say, when it comes to tackling issues of like sexuality and like friendship and finding yourself in those like college years, it does do that whole kind of like postmodern Degrassi thing very well, considering what all the other stuff that goes on where you got, where to even begin? You saw season 1, 7, so pick any moment from season 1, right, where the dude, the one psychotic dude, his power, he's just literally tearing people apart. But because of his mental condition, he just sees them as like puppets.
Right.
That craziness wrapped in like the teen drama, angsty stuff, and I think it's pretty dope for what it's aiming for.
Yeah, I think it's pretty dope. This season is definitely more about feelings, emotions than the personalities versus season 1. At least that's what I'm feeling going up to. I saw up to episode 3. I believe 4 is out, and you saw up to 4, correct?
Yeah.
Would you feel there's a tone shift a little bit? I mean, they still throw in some craziness, like the guy that was. And this doesn't ruin the plot at all, but they randomly show a guy naked and another guy coming out of his butt, like his head, as it was weird. It was weird, but
it's not even one of it's weird, but it's like as crazy as that physical,
It's
as that
tame.
verbal description is. That's kind of one of the tamer joints that happens.
Right. But it almost
it's
felt
tonal.
forced. They threw that in just because I feel they needed to have that punch of something zany every episode.
I'm not going to like say I disagree. I don't necessarily agree, but I'm not going to say I disagree because at this point, it's each episode you're expecting at least something, right?
Right.
It's almost par for the course now with this show where something crazy or grotesque has to happen at some point in the show. Right. But to kind of go back to what you were saying, there's been a tonal shift, but I would definitely say it's for the better.
Yeah.
And it knows to kind of, it's like it's discovered a little, despite that description, it's a little bit more restraint this season. Mm-hmm. There's still the college weird, kind of zany sex party element that they have to it, but it's kind of toned down. And what also is I think backing that up is the fact that this season is coming off of the loss of one of their real life cast members.
Right.
They dedicate, it was kind of cool, I'll say it this much. It was kind of cool how they managed to dedicate his kind of memorial within the show itself.
Right.
Where they kind of talk about the character Andre. The actual actor's name was Chance. Right. The character's name that he played was Andre. So when they bring up Andre in the show, I can't say it's across the board. Most of the actors, you can kind of see them almost going through that grief in the moment of that scene.
Right. Some
of them play it up to where they didn't know that Andre was dead. And when they learn, it's you kind of see that, oh, crap, he's gone. And they kind of get to each have that moment of saying goodbye to him or referring to him.
Which is really nice.
It's nice. I say it's classically done, and how they send him off in the show, they don't go back and do a little flashback where they show an actor, no face, getting something. They don't play anything like that. They just describe it. Right. And for the character,
a little weird though.
Jordan,
how that's
it's a little
written.
Weird. But yeah, it's a little weird. But I like that they let Jordan kind of go back and mentally go over that from their perspective. They don't show it to us. They just let Jordan kind of act it out and emote and go through that process without it being some kind of weird thing where we have to see the body.
Right.
That makes it a little bit more real.
Yeah, it makes it a little more real in that regard. Right. So I props to it for that. I liked how they did that. It was very, very clean, coming off the loss of an actual cast member. Yeah. And then two dudes coming out of each other's butts or something.
That was weird.
There was that.
Good segue. I like how you did that. That was pure
it happened in the boys' regular season, so
it's yeah.
No, but this is different.
Yeah, it's probably worse.
No,
we're not quite immune to it, but we're getting there. It's it's about right. A dude busting out of another dude's unmentionables, and
do you guys not remember the adult party?
That's what I'm saying. That was tame compared to the adult gathering. That wasn't even as bad.
Yeah,
it was a baby version of it.
So there has been a study, allegedly, where the younger generation, the Gen Z, are saying that they're a little over this push that every sitcom, every drama, every superhero movie has to have some love or sex scene or love interest. And there seems to be more of an interest of a focus on actual relationships and friendship, which is a very interesting study. And we've been talking about that on this show for a while. I would like to say we kind of push that out there to that generation as actual influencers, saying that, hey, we don't need to have this element in everything thrown down, basically people's viewing pleasure. It doesn't necessarily have to be a part of the story. I would say because this does take place in college and it is a drama. How do you feel, Drew, so far with the push of the romantic relationship in there? Do you feel that it's tasteful, it works, or it's unnecessary?
With Gen V, because y'all know my stance when it comes to romance and fiction, and mostly in real life. But when it comes to the romance element, it's usually just useless. It's usually just kind of I call them piss breaks when you have the two couples making the googly eyes and deciding whether or not they're going to make out or have sex.
Right.
It's kind of dead weight, I think, particularly with modern storytelling. Everyone knows that we're more hookup culture now. So the whole will they won't they thing doesn't quite have its appeal. It's very it's novel, I think, at this point in this day and age. So when you just jettison the romance, you have it there, because to the point of it, Gen V does have that. I mostly tune out because it is kind of by the numbers romance couples. But I will say, out of all the schlocky, lame, by the numbers romance stuff, Gen V does theirs at least not tastefully, but they do it in a way to where it's like palatable. They don't go on for too long.
Right.
There's some comedy element because they do have good comedic timing, I think, when it comes to like the actors in the show and how it's written.
Right.
They can make scenes to where it's funny, to where Marie, she's the bloodbender chick.
Mm-hmm.
She says, she does the whole "I love you" thing with Jordan.
Right.
And Jordan's just like, for the first like half, I think, of this season, Jordan hears it and then he's just kind of like, they just kind of like just disengage. And then when it comes up, it's usually at a weird and opportune time, and it's just kind of all right, whatever. And then we're back to the plot.
Right.
So it's not too bad.
I think theirs was a little. It could have been shorter.
I mean, yeah, it's a little long, but I always say they're too long because
Yeah.
stuff is just always too long.
But
do you like me? I like you. Do you like me?
No, I don't like you. No, I do like you. Okay.
I call those piss breaks. I'll get up. I'm like, all right, I'll be right back, y'all. There's nothing important happening right now, so I can go handle my business and come back.
So, but overall, so far, I just want to see where they're going to go with it and how this is going to tie back into the boys. We're getting glimpses of how, you get this energy of some sort of revolution, some sort of battle is going to brew. And as far as the dean, is he the dean of students or the president of the college?
He's like the dean. Cypher?
Yeah, he's
good.
Good.
Wild, bro. He's an interesting villain for this season. He's very like down note and monotone, but he comes off as like very intense at certain places.
Diabolical.
I just like how he'll just go in on people, bro. He just will point out. He has no mercy when it comes to pointing out everybody's flaws, and when he's done with you, he lets you know that you're like beneath him.
Right.
Thank you, Janice. You can go. Just leave.
right.
It's like trounced by like their version of Thor. People's like legs and ribs and spines are broken. That'll be all. I'm like, dang, bro, this guy's harsh. It's that's good. The characters are still good. Writing's still good. How they've managed to like weave in the whole angle of there's the, what do they call them? The Starlighters. Mm-hmm. They're like the pro, like, well, what are they? I guess they're pros. Yeah, the pro Starlight people, and then you have like the kind of their version, I guess this world's version of like the far right MAGA crew. Even though it's really more the angle of, do you have powers and are you of worth to us in that regard, versus what color or ethnic or your isms are, pronouns are, or whatever. It's just what do you contribute in way of your powers. So pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. So did you guys, any of you, take out Dogs?
I wanted to. I didn't get to it yet.
Or
Dogs. What is this again?
The Last House on the Left?
No, this is all horror stuff, huh?
I saw that years ago. I just remember, correct me if I'm wrong, there's like a scene in the kitchen that gets really, really intense.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when I tuned out the first time. Yeah, it's a pretty brutal.
It's pretty brutal. Especially the first half is like, whoa.
Yeah.
Is this the newer one you're referring to, right? Last House on the Left?
I think it came out like, 2009?
It was somewhere around that time. It was like the early 2000s. And yeah, man, that one, for the time, it's been years, that one was pretty brutal. I remember seeing that one in the theaters.
Yeah.
And again, it's a kind of like a gritty, messed up revenge horror joint. Mm-hmm. And the old one, I do think I saw that one as well. The old one's brutal also. But this one in particular, it takes the girl and that whole first act where they do the thing to her.
Yeah.
That was harsh, bro. There was one girl, I remember she got up and she had to run out.
There was a lot of people who left when I was in the theaters watching. I was like, I almost did too. I was like,
I don't blame them, bro.
This is rough.
It was rough.
And at the end, it's like it takes the whole revenge story home with what they do to him afterwards with the microwave.
Right.
That part was neat. I was actually kind of like, how are they gonna? Is that gonna work? I'm like, oh, no! Right. And that was the end.
Yeah, I would say that because I mean, even I had to do one of these at some point. But while I was doing it, I said the payoff better be good at the end because you went so far. Like, this better work.
From what I thought, they kind of earned. Yeah, they earned
Yeah.
it. By the end,
Mhm.
that last moment of the movie, I'm like, all right, that was
Yeah.
merited for all that these douchebags did. What they
Right.
got to come up with was kind of choice.
So I was hoping more of a horror movie, and it was definitely more of that revenge, gritty, So anyone that is sensitive, there's definitely physical abuse in there, and if you're super sensitive, this is not the film to watch. But
It's not a light one.
So-
Yeah, it's not a light watch.
it's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
This
The
is
first
the one
act.
thing that
Mhm.
this is the one thing I don't agree with this genre of movies where it's done for shock value, even though they try to mimic it in real life, saying, "Oh, this is horrible. It's a horror story." But I feel like movies. Eli Roth is very, very known for doing this, like just making shock value and calling it horror. So
Right.
this is one of those type of movies. If you don't like that section of it, I definitely stay away. It's a
Definitely
rough
stay
I
watch.
would
away.
give this one though, as an adage to that, I would give this one a little more credence than most of Eli Roth stuff. He makes some like kind of schlocky, guilty pleasure movies, but I kind of think when I walked out of Hostel the first time, I said it was literally just 45 minutes of them having sex with random European girls, and then 45 seconds of just random gratuitous violence.
Hostel was like the tamest life.
And that was the lightest one. It got more ridiculous as he went along. And again, you can make something like that work. This is a guy that has like Ichi the Kill is like one of his all-time favorite films. But in that, it's like it's there just to be there in a lot of cases with Eli Roth stuff. It's there just to be there. Let's make the scene drag on extra long just so we can like really pan in on the gore. And it's like, in spurts it's cool, but otherwise you're kind of just wasting time.
He like blurs the lines between like a horror movie and a possible snuff film.
Yeah, as close to a snuff film as possible. Yeah, that's kind of the style of it. It works for some people. Devil's Rejects kind of goes that route. But where Devil's Rejects kind of works, it's like it shows that the world itself was also crazy. They're messed up. They're monsters, absolutely. But then you get to the law enforcement, and they're just as bad in some cases. Sometimes worse, maybe you could even argue. So I don't know. You can make it work.
So the point is, Blast House on the Left fits in this whole category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah. What's the movie with the clown? It was like a cult film.
Oh,
Terrifier.
the Terrifier.
Terrifier.
I thought, yeah. Terrifier was kind of garbage, bro. He literally it's a few vignettes and him just doing edgelord stuff the whole time. He cuts one chick in half. And I'm like, this is it movie? I'm like, okay.
It's like a good resume for the special effects team. Like, oh, wow.
Yeah. And that's popular, too. Terrifier is actually quite popular now, the horror thing.
Which is
like the last one. I heard the last one was a bomb. No one what was it, 3? Is it 3?
I think they've gotten as far as 3. Yeah.
And then the ending was like you said, Drew, was let's just how many messed up ways can we cut someone, slice someone, hurt someone, torture someone, and say it's a film?
Yeah, and loosely connect it with some dialogue and plot and lore tissue, and then just Terrifier.
Right.
What else is on?
It's funny, I can never remember the name of that. That's
Terrifier. Now, I should have sent you guys a photo of this one, but GHS, they got a new one that's coming out since we're getting in like the Halloween spooky season stuff. I'm getting kind of my favorite time of the year. So it's like, we got the horror joints about to come through. And VHS is the found footage film series that I would say, since we're jumping from the schlocky kind of, let's make it a snuff film, that one actually has some segments that are pretty good. When you want to talk about not actual snuff films, but a snuff film being portrayed in the film series, I would recommend just for like the joy of it, check out the film series 1 through however many. They got like 5 or 6 by now, but the new one, Halloween, will be out this year, and I'm a little hyped. It could be bad, it could be complete garbage, but I'm a little hyped.
I have to check it out.
One of you guys said this thing. No, I'm not a human. What is that?
Oh, that's the video game.
So tell us a little bit about what that's about.
No, I'm Not Human is like how do you describe this one? It's kind of like a thriller horror survival game. I'd need to look up who created it, but it's like kind of one of those indie, more low key titles. I've seen multiple people play through it. I haven't played it myself yet, but I aim to. It's basically, the scenario is the Earth has this really weird solar flare event where during the day the sun beams many times brighter than it should, so everyone has to stay indoors. And by night, people are getting visited by people that they just call the visitors. And the visitors are effectively like, remember the thing?
Mhm.
It can mimic you, it can mimic human thought and speech and stuff like that. They're basically a race of them, and they're infiltrating people's homes. And you, as the player, you're supposed to let people in, because this is like during an apocalyptic scenario. You have to let people in, but try to discern who a human is and who a visitor is.
Oh,
I did
and
see
once
this game. Yeah.
it's kind of a low-key incredible game, bro. I've become very much enamored with this game, just with how it plays out, the tone, the style of it, how you find out people are like visitors. They have clues and different cues that you look for. You have multiple endings that you can get depending on your actions. If you kill a regular human, that has repercussions. If you kill a visitor, that has repercussions. There's this guy that I sent you in the picture, Seven. That's the Pale Man. That dude shows up at random points throughout the game, and he'll ask you, "Are you alone?" If you're alone, he'll just bust into your joint. If you lie, he'll just bust into your joint. If you have people with you, though, you're safe. So that gives you the incentive to let people in, but among them, you have to discern who's a visitor and who's a human.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of dope. It's kind of great, bro. I kind of love this game. But I recommend it for anybody going into the Halloween, like, spooky season. Check that out. If nothing else, watch other people play it online. Guys like Corey Kenshin, they got reviews out for it. Just give it a shot. It's a very interesting title that I think, when it comes to the whole whodunit horror element, it's something special, something that people should check out.
And speaking on the horror season, I did try to watch more of Haunted Hotel. I can't do it.
Really?
Right.
I finished it. The ending was actually satisfying. It goes in a place where you don't really expect it.
Okay. Yeah, I needed
Where did you
comedy.
quit?
It just felt like
What episode did you quit at?
2. I couldn't go any further.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't do it. Did you see it, Drew?
I haven't watched episode 1 yet, so I can't talk. That's why I'm being quiet.
Okay. But the tone changed at the last episode?
Yeah, it's an accumulation.
Okay.
Like, each episode obviously influences the next, but the second to last episode is where everything changes and it shifts.
Well, that's good. Well, I'm hoping. Well, I'm sure they're hoping. They're like, all right, we gotta figure out something to get another season.
So that's I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be another season because of the way it ended, but it'll be interesting if they do make another season. I'm actually satisfied with this just being one season, actually.
Okay. Do you think they'll do a live action of this?
If they do a live action, it'll have to be more Cabin of the Woods style. It'll have to. There's no other way they would be able to pull it off live action wise.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, we have a little bit of time left. Anything else in the horror? Well, I guess. Do you guys plan on? Should I hold on the dogs, or should I mention that one? You want me to hold
on the dogs? I'm gonna check that out because I wanted to check it out. Well, since Drew mentioned horror video games that are coming to film, there's a game called Exit 8, and Exit 8 is a psychological game. It's run by like an Unreal Engine. If you watch people play it, it's interesting. It's a very simple concept. You're in a Japanese subway station, and you have to make it up to the 8th level, and you're looking for anything that stands out. And if you find what stands out on this level, you have to turn around immediately. If you don't turn around, there's consequences.
It's an interesting concept. It's
It's
pattern
very simple.
recognition.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very simple, but it's like it's as you go higher, like the stakes go up, and you got to have that eye for detail because if you mess up, that's
the
it.
details get smaller and smaller.
They get very minute past a point. It's like, oh man, am I tripping or no?
That's exactly what it feels like.
You played it?
I
I've
started
seen
playing it,
footage
but
of
then I watch other people play it, and I'm like, once you watch other people play it, it's fine. But I'm more interested to see what they do with the live action film.
Yeah, how do you spin that? Well, you could spin that into a live action film or like a series.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you have to add like cast wise. That's going to be kind of precarious.
So the film's made. They've debuted it at a couple of film festivals, just waiting on the worldwide release date.
Okay, cool. I'll keep an eye out for it.
Well, based on what you just said, I'm assuming they would have to let the audience be or see things the way the people are as they're experiencing them.
So that's the. I don't know how they're going to do it because the game is one first person view.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So making it into a movie is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
They'd have to divide it up between, because again, unless you're having it just be the one character, you're going to have a cast of some sort.
Right.
So if you had like a few people and it was from their different perspectives, that could be a route to go. I don't know if it's like necessarily have the first person view, but if there was some way to record themselves, I don't know. Then it turns into a found footage joint, so I'm not sure if that's where they're going with it. But
I can actually see it be like an anthology of stories, like people trying to make it to the 8th level and then they're not making it, so you don't know who makes it. That'd be interesting
too. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool too. You'd have like different attempts from different characters, and whether they make it or not, we'd have to just see. Okay, cool.
All right. Anything that coming out that we should check out?
I have to check. There's always something, but whether it'll be good, we'll just have to wait and see.
They're saying that the Leonardo DiCaprio film was actually pretty good.
Man, I saw that trailer so many times. I don't care. I just so don't care.
What was it about that trailer? Because I've heard other people say too that they felt there was like, all right, we kind of already know what's going to happen, or we've seen this already. It wasn't like, oh, I need to see this. For some reason,
it's when you get over the lore of Leonardo DiCaprio, it's basically just about a crash out and his bed wench going and doing crash out bed wenchy stuff, and then it's like there's a daughter that's involved. I'm like, and he even said at one point, DiCaprio's character even says that we used to run around and do a lot of bad stuff. I'm like, yeah, and this is the repercussions of it. But I'm supposed to be. But the film wants you to root for them.
Gotcha.
For some reason, I'm supposed to like want to root for them. I'm like, and Benicio del Toro's their wingman. I'm like, why do I care about these people if they're legitimately admitting that they're running around doing degenerate crap? I kind of want Sean Penn's character to bust them. But I don't know. It's streaming for sure. I'm not saying I won't see it, but it'll definitely be in time on my own leisure and at home streaming.
Who says that this wouldn't be this generation's Heat?
Well, we'll leave that right there. You're watching GEEKCASTER. Please check us out at GEEKCASTER.com. You can check out all the curated conversations and other conversations that we have as well. And, of course, you can check us out on Instagram as well. You're watching GEEKCASTER.